9:08, I'm gonna bring the Board of Supervisors meeting to order, recess. You stand. Ms. Bradford, your invocation, please.
Let us bow our heads. Oh, Heavenly Father, we thank you this morning, oh God, for allowing us to see another glorious day that you have made. And Father, we just come asking, oh God, that you continue to strengthen our paths, oh God. Father, we ask, oh God, that you continue to protect our elected officials, oh God, and their families and their travels as they go to and fro doing your work. Father, continue to give them wisdom, oh high, continue to keep them closer together as they make decisions to lead your people. Father, we continue to pray for the businesses in this county, in this city, in this state, and in this country, oh God. Father, we ask, oh God, that you show favor to Adams County, Natchez Adams County, and all the surrounding businesses come to this area, oh God. Father, we want to pray for our first responders, our teachers, our kids as they go to school. Father, continue to keep them safe. Pray for our industries, our hospitals, our doctors and nurses. Father, continue to guide them as they take care of people. Father, we just ask, oh God, that you continue to keep us safe and continue to let us abide in peace, oh God. And Father, keep us close together, oh God. And Father, we just pray for the finances of this county. Father, let it blossom, oh God, throughout this year. Father, we just pray for all the county workers that's in these departments, oh God, for continue to stretch your hands over us and protect us, oh God. Father, we also pray for anyone that may have lost loved ones in Natchez Adams County area. Father, continue to uplift their families, oh God, as we go forward. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Turn to the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do a roll call. Mr. Gray.
Present.
Ms. Hutchins.
You're gonna be on the line.
On the line, okay. Ms. Gaines.
Here.
Ms. Middleton.
Present.
Ms. Dean.
Present.
Ms. Lewis.
Present.
Mr. Slover. Ms. Khan.
Present.
And I'm here.
Hello?
Ms. Hutchins.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing? We've already started the meeting.
All right.
All right. I need a motion to approve the documents.
So.
Moved by Mr. Middleton, second by Mr. Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor? Any nays? Motion carries. All right. Doug, you can go ahead and do whatever you got for us. I know you gotta get out of here.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm Doug Wimberly with Neil Schaefer. I was asked to come this morning and give you what will almost be a final report on Bellwood Levee. That project is basically complete. We've got some road repair we have to come in and do down there, but other than that, everything else is done and we will be under budget. So the county will not have any money in this project. It will all have been paid for with grant funds. So that's where we stand unless somebody has any questions.
Sounds good to me. Scott, got anything? Mitzi? All right.
Mr. President.
Yes.
So this reimbursement that we did last meeting, or whatever, is dealing with this. Thank you.
They will correct the erosion problems out in the field.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's still punch lists. We haven't done a final walkthrough, but they've pretty well finished the work on the ground. And we'll do a final punch list. They were repairing erosion stuff. They just planted the grass last week. So once that gets up, then we'll come back and fix any erosion problems. And I'm waiting on the schedule from them to make the road repairs.
And that's where they put the box culvert under the road, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Have you done like the final measurements on it? Or is that done?
I've done it enough to know that we're gonna be under budget. Yeah, the county won't have any money in this phase. All right.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank y'all.
Do we have all the pay orders been done that you've presented to us? Are you missing any pay orders?
I think everything's been paid that's been presented. Now we've got, we'll have 2 more from the contract, and 1 more partial, and then a final. So we'll have those coming.
All right.
Thank y'all.
All right. Special presentations, if any. Any special presentations?
not Labor Day.
Well, yeah, y'all come on. County business and Mod Corp.
Yes, my name is Buddy Johns, I'm the president of Encore. I actually spoke to the board several months ago on the status of your jail and potential options to improve or replace the jail. Since then, we've done a lot of work and effort and discussed items with the county and with the sheriff's department to look at the needs assessment and develop what we call a program on what that physical needs assessment means in physical space, which we're going to discuss a little bit this morning. In addition to that, I personally, Buddy Johns, I was the manager of Adams County Corrections for Core Civic, or CCA, back in the day in 2006-07 timeframe when we built that. We took a good hard look at the existing cells that were built back then, and then, of course, the CCA said that they would give to the county to see if they were usable. Why they are potentially usable, we made the determination it's not feasible, and we can discuss that a little bit further as we go along. But I'd like to present Tim Hancock and Mark Van Allen, and we're going to present a little bit about what we see, what we saw, and what we think we can do to help the county. So with that, I'm going to ask Tim to make a small presentation.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for having us here today. My name is Tim Hancock. I'm a vice president for ModCore. A little bit about ModCore, some of the things we do prefabricated precast concrete cells. We also do prefabricated precast steel modular cells. We do all steel modular buildings, detention equipment services, and security electronics. We partner for those for new facilities. So you have many years of doesn't want to switch sides. No. Anyway, so we've got over 30 years of experience. All of our modular buildings are built in a factory, minimize on-site labor and disruption. We meet and exceed building and correctional standards for safety, durability, and compliance. All of our facilities are ACA accredited and compliant with ADA as well. We are specialized in reducing project timelines, and our steel frames and outer envelopes are a safe and secure environment. Like I mentioned, we have over 30 years of experience providing trusted security solutions, specializing in ensuring safety and security for various facilities as a detention equipment contractor. We are renowned for reliability, excellence, and innovative manufacturing techniques in the detention industry. And we offer a wide range of detention-grade products, including doors, furnishings, and hardware. We have many, many partners. I have a fantastic slide that lists all of our partners. I can't get through those. But we're in the jail building industry. It's what we do. We're, again, a trusted advisor. We pride ourselves in providing solutions for each individual client and really what they're looking for and what they need. Throughout this project, we met extensively with the Sheriff's Department. We developed a program, and we'd like to talk to you a little bit about what that program looks like. I'm going to hand it over to Mark Van Allen, who's going to talk a little bit more about it.
Yes, good morning. My name is Mark Van Allen. I'm Director of Design for ModCore, 35 plus years in the industry designing and constructing correction detention facilities at the state and county level. As Tim said, I've spent quite a bit of time working with sheriffs and staff looking at what would be needed to take Adams County forward with your detention and correctional needs. We initially went through and we put together what we call a program, architectural program of spaces. We outlined every space, who was going to be in it, how big it needed to be. And our first pass on the nice to have, we were about 75,000 square feet. Unfortunately, we didn't feel like that was going to be within the realm of financial reality for Adams County, so we went back through, took another pass, at that architectural program and took out things to get down to just the need to have. So right now, we are looking at an architectural program that encompasses about 42,000 square feet, about 119 beds. 96 of those beds are secure cell double bunk beds. 20 beds are in a low security dormitory. We also, as Tim outlined, we're big proponents of modular construction. So we're looking to employ two different architectural technologies to accommodate your facility. On the left, you can see the blue rectangle, and what we're proposing there is 96 beds of factory constructed, prefabricated jail housing. Attached to that, the larger rectangle that goes to the side would be a pre-engineered structure where we would be able to, economically as possible, incorporate a maximum amount of volume. We've shown in here in the different colors all of the major building components that are necessary to run and support a facility: laundry, warehouse, kitchen, intake, processing, administration, visitation, medical, and the 20-bed dormitory. While we are looking at a pre-engineered structural system, anything that would be touched by inmates that require detention within that area would be concrete block construction, fully built to appropriate standards to make certain that the inmates are appropriately confined. We feel like as we get to this 42,000 square foot plus or minus building, that we have an opportunity to deliver to Adams County a facility that will meet your needs. But you also note on the plans that there are some dotted rectilinear areas. Housing can be expanded north and south on the plan. The administrative and support function could be expanded to the right. A whole nother set of housing units could be constructed on the right. So we are cognizant as we put together this conceptual design that we want to make certain that it is appropriately expandable and can grow and meet Adams County's needs for decades to come. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Mr. Johns, who can talk about the finances and funding for the project.
So earlier, Mark said that when we first sat down, we looked at it, we looked at 72,000 square feet and thought, hey, that's a little bit much, because that would be in the $60, $70 million range to get to that size. So, but when we were looking at that, we were looking at 200 beds all at one time. This program that we just showed in that schematic design literally was the 116 beds, 96 cells in that one building. There'll be another 20-bed facility, 20-bed dormitory for the lighter offenders that you can deal with there. So these are concepts and ideas that we came up with, talked to the sheriff about the sheriff's office's needs, the space requirements overall, and basically we believe that this 42,000 square feet with 116 beds can be built for approximately $35 to $40 million all in, with the sheriff's needs and the other needs that we have for this justice services. However, there's a giant caveat to that issue. It's what's the site cost? We have no way of actually coming to that conclusion at this point in time. It's impossible for us to start budgeting site costs when we really don't know which site you want and what the site conditions are. One of the things that we sort of evaluated when we looked at those precast concrete cells that CCA owns, the weight of those buildings cause problems on some of the native soils. So I'll give you an example of why site cost is too difficult for us to measure until we get more information. When we did Adams County Correctional, we had to undercut the entire site by 7 feet because the soils were too soft for that size of a building, that type of a building. One of the things that we were looking at when we were saying, can we reuse those cells, was that building type is extremely heavy and the foundations would cause a lot. We'd probably have more site conditions. The pre-engineered building structure that we're talking about with the masonry finishes and the modular buildings that we're talking about are lighter than the heavy concrete. So we believe that's a plus for the site. But even with that, we still don't have enough information yet to determine site logistics, site water, sewer, electric, all the details, and that can vary. I mean, you could have a $2 million figure or a $20 million figure. We have no idea what that is, and that's, we believe, is the next step. So we would like to continue the process with the sheriff and with the county to determine what's not just beyond a budget of $35 to $40 million all inclusive, but here is a price, here's a value specific to that, and we need to work with the county hopefully to get the site determined and also get the site engineering done in parallel with the additional work that we're willing to do on the schematic design, design drawings, and get to the details. Just take, instead of having colored blocks on a diagram, actually have a physical design structure. So that's where we're moving forward. Again, the budgetary estimate is our best guess at this point, educated guess on what the cost would be based on what we know the cost of the materials are nationwide and to this region. So with that, do we have any other, you just want to open up the questions?
Yeah.
And with that, again, we could talk for a very long period of time. There's a lot of information here. We're willing to take questions at this time to see what you want to do.
Well, I know they've done site borings, have we not?
Yes.
Does that help you at all?
Yeah, oh yes, it definitely helps. But again, the positioning on the site and things like that need to start to be worked out. It's more of a site logistics and a site adaptation to whatever physical structure you put there. That's the next big step. It's not the geotech. We have that on the one site. So we can move forward with that. But I think the decision on which site, number one, and then the engineering specific to the building is what we think needs to be done in parallel with us.
Okay. Any questions, John?
Mr. President, you say when y'all built, the last one y'all built out there, the land wasn't what?
Well, I'm sorry. Again, this is just a reference as to, I was just trying to reference the differential site cost. So the soil conditions, native soil conditions sometimes are very soft. And in that piece of land, it was very soft material. We actually had to undercut that, I believe, by 7 feet.
So what about the land that we got now?
I think you're gonna have undercut. Again, I don't know exactly what building the final design is or where it would be and how the logistics work. So, however, the geotech, to me, tells me that we are gonna have some soft soil conditions that we're gonna have to deal with. We would minimize it as much as we possibly could based on the final design, positioning of the building, size of the building, but again, that's a big effort. You're asking me to answer something I don't know the answer to yet, because that's an effort to make that determination.
So if you have to do everything you say you have to do, then that means that the price of building is gonna increase because you gotta do additional work, right?
It's
Before
possible,
with the solar.
it's possible, and that's why, yes, it's possible. That's why I'm saying to you, I believe right now that this 42,000 square foot, 116 bed jail with the sheriff's offices and the other things that we need, I believe should be and could be built for somewhere between $35 and $40 million in the highest end. Given the soil conditions that I understand currently on the geotech, but there's effort and resources that need to be given to make sure that determination is there. Right now, I believe that site can be done for that range of price, right now. But again, that's why it's a budgetary, educated presentation as opposed to a price, a hard fixed price.
Are the water and sewer connections pretty much going right by that building where it'll be constructed that lead to Core Civic?
Well, I'm sorry.
Like
the new
water
site,
and sewer,
yeah,
all that goes to Core Civic's building
currently,
on that
yes.
same highway, right?
On the same highway, yeah. I
So
would go
it should
for
be
that.
able to tie into that.
I think so, but again, there's more engineering effort to make that final determination. I haven't done all that work yet. That's third-party work.
You think we need to get with the city and, cause they the one ran all that out there, the sewer.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely, that's the, Natchez Water Works, It's not county.
No, it's on C.
City of Natchez?
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually were part of that back in the day when I was
Yeah, I
with
remember.
Civic. I remember it well, so it was a lot of line, a couple miles in fact, but yeah, we would work with you in parallel to make sure those determinations are made.
Okay, any more questions?
So, where do we go from here, you say?
What we wanna know, I guess where we could go from here is we have to do more schematic, actually architectural design of the building, and design drawings of the building to determine what weights and loads would be on those soils, what conditions there would be, where we position those. But we need to work with the county to make the determination as exactly, is that the site they wanna use? And then I believe there's gonna be resources from your side, on the engineering side, to work with Natchez Water Works, the sewer authorities, power authorities, and those things that we, quite frankly, can't afford to pay for that third-party effort. So I think it's can the county add the resources for that piece of the engineering, taking it from the site information and the geotech to a building-specific plan? There would have to be some cost incurred by the county to make those determinations. In, again, conjunction, they can't do it without us giving them what it is, and we can't do it without anybody else to determine what those costs would be. So that's it, I think that's the next big step.
How much power are you gonna need out there?
That's a good question, that has to be designed. I can't, but other than the air conditioning, the power load anymore on the modern facilities isn't as much as it used to be. So the air conditioning is gonna be the biggest load. I don't see it as being a major problem. It usually is not.
I wouldn't think so. They've got a lot of huge lines going out that way in for Denbury
Correct.
and Core Civic.
Correct. And all the lighting nowadays is LED, which is low voltage and low voltage. So, and all the systems are secure electronics or low voltage systems. So it'd be surprisingly, again, it's the air conditioning is gonna be your biggest load, and I'm guessing.
Mr. President, if I could recall, when they built it out there, I was with the city, and I think it's gonna be really important that on the front end, we get the city and the water work involved, still in the middle or at the end. I think we need to get them involved right now. That's just my opinion.
I agree with you, sir. You need to have all that known, because determine what that, if you have to put in extra pumps or lift stations and all that, again, that's what swings potentially costs significantly. So just because you have the line there doesn't mean the volume's enough, the pressure's enough, or in the sanitary is the flow appropriate. So those are all the things that I'm saying, we can't front all of that. We're working out, quite frankly, not only can we not pay for it, but we don't have the authority to do it. So we would need to work with you to make determinations. That's, again, the next big step.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. Thank you for coming today. Yes,
I
Sheriff.
have a question for you in reference to cost. So how is it, what's the difference in what this project would have been 8 years ago versus now versus moving forward?
Well, justice reform has changed our industry significantly nationwide. This is at least double the cost of what it would have been just 4 years ago. And I know everybody goes, well, that's not what inflation is, but there's a big difference between general inflation and what's happened specific to our industry. So nationwide, there's a significant amount of jail and prison building, not because there's a need for more, but more appropriately, there's a need for replacement so that we appropriately take care of what the offenders need. So behavioral health issues, mentally ill, drug addicted, all the various needs are finally being addressed by the United States in general. So there is more prison and jail building, behavioral health center buildings now than there ever has been, by far. It's not even close. And that's put a very big strain on the marketplace. So it's not just supply-demand curve and you're getting higher prices. The cost to make it has increased as well because of the time and need and what to get the product. So It's at least double what it would have been 4 years ago, and quite frankly, 4 years from now, it's gonna be double again, because of the demand of the marketplace nationwide, so it's a significant differential.
We submit and everything we do, Morgantown Road is perfect example.
Yes,
Got another question for him. Now, with you saying that, is it fair to say that jails that were built, let's say 30 years ago, are struggling to meet the changes in the evolution of laws and the ADA compliances and all those things in nature?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pre.
everything. And Mark, you wanna maybe address that, because that's your expertise?
Well, certainly, we, 30 years ago, when my hair wasn't gray and there was a lot more of it, we were designing and building facilities that looked and performed drastically differently than what we're doing today. 30 years ago, we were designing more generic buildings that had little to no programming space. We weren't even talking about mental health issues or addiction issues at that time. We had a little infirmary if somebody got the flu. Today's facilities, with the advent of the Americans with Disabilities Act, PREA compliance, and the general need in society to deal with people that have addiction issues and mental health issues, means that our facilities look and act and have a lot more support spaces than they did when I was a kid.
I want to mention one last thing. I said several times that we will be continuing to put the budget together of the cost of the building, the cost of the site work. The other major factor is your operating costs moving forward before and after. So we will be more than happy to work with the sheriff and the county administration to determine what budget, so what is the staffing pattern, because it gets to the type of building. So newer buildings take less officers per detainee than they used to. So there should be labor savings based on having more improved, and with all the technology that we have today as well. And we'll be more than happy to work with the county to help put those forecasted operational budgets together as well.
all right. Appreciate it.
Great, thank you. Thank
Yes.
you for your time.
One last thing while they're here, just so we be clear what he asking. You know, in the meetings that we've had with the county administrator and county attorney and Ms. David Hudson and the board that was formed, we got down to the nitty gritty on a lot of things. And basically what he's saying today though is, we presented 2 sites to him. We presented the one that was donated north, and we mentioned the other one several times and showed them the layout of possibly the other IP site down there. And the reason why we did that is because we felt like the board needed options. You know, if we're talking about saving money and in ideal locations, both of those locations have things that are pluses and maybe minuses, depending on how you look at them. But one site significantly would probably require less work than the other one. But they're asking for us to, one, pick an area for them to focus on, and 2, to decide, you know, under advisement, whether y'all gonna move forward with the engineering part of it and funding, because everything that they've done so far has been out of their pocket. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear and transparent from us to what they were saying. Did I get that wrong?
That's correct.
Okay, all right. Thank you, board.
All right.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
No, okay, appreciate it, guys.
Take care.
Yeah.
I don't see Fred, so, Mr. McGee,
Just simply looking for an answer.
Go to the mic, sir.
Okay.
People on TV don't know you like that.
Tom Heat representing Miss League for the Homeless, simply asking for a response to my last meeting request.
I couldn't find any authority, so I asked for Attorney General's opinion, if there's any way we can do that to help let them use the showers, right, this morning.
okay, we're waiting on that.
Back to waiting for an opinion.
If you'll just you know, if you shoot me an email every week or so, I'll then turn around and nag the AG for opinion. They used to be fairly fast, but, you know, haven't been so in lately though.
Thank you.
All right. City government business, if any city government business? Yes.
Did you get that request for Martin Town Road
I
from
did,
Dane County?
yeah, I had it on my list to go ahead to discuss what you discussed now.
I just wanna make sure that, all those numbers are correct and we paying our portion and no more than our portion. So, I think you need to get with Robbie and
Okay,
whoever and make sure that we paying our portion.
okay.
I mean, I won't be paying nobody else's portion.
Okay. Departmental reports.
I'm Kim from the tax assessor's office. I'm coming back with the board order to increase the tax roll that I talked to y'all about 2 weeks ago for 16 Ruby Drive for Miss Louise Washington. The question was last time whether or not she knew about the tax increase. She does, and she has signed off on the board order. So now I'm asking.
If she signed up on the board order, she be fine.
What is the address?
16 Ruby Drive.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mills, second by Mr. Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carries. Is that all you had today?
That's all I have today.
No. Next.
FFLs with E911 dispatch. We have a list of calls from October the 1st to now. Nash's PD had 570, Nash's Fire Department had 24, Adams SO had 344. Also, I have a request for Franklin Chapman moving from part-time to full-time.
Franklin Chapman,
Yes.
full-time, $15.83 an hour, and a rate of $32,926. I need a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Gaines,
Second.
second by Mr. Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carries.
Okay, that's all I have.
Before you leave, I just wanna let this board know, I was out, I don't know where I was, but anyway, one of the E911 employees asked me why they wasn't getting a raise. And I told them, to my knowledge, this motion was made, the motion was made by Supervisor Middleton, second by Supervisor Gray, and unanimously carried to approve that all county employees will receive a $2 raise, effective October 1st, 2020. Now, I don't know what happened after that, but I'm just reading the motion that was made that everybody's supposed to get the $2 raise. And I don't know if they didn't get it or
So
whatever. they
in one
did.
of the next meetings, I think it was Supervisor Hutchins said that E911 had gotten a raise in the last budget and that they should be excluded from this budget.
Did the board vote on that?
It was in our budget meeting.
No, but that was not a vote, I was just said that. But that was not a vote, the vote was for everybody to get a raise.
I just went on your instructions, Supervisor.
Now, I had asked, did they just get a raise back a while ago, but they said that it was because of the fact that they had an employee that they did not bring back.
Let me ask a question, Ms. Connor. Is any way we can fix this? Because, I'm just going by the motion that was made. And even though Supervisor Hutchins
What was the date of that motion?
Ma'am,
What was the date? I missed the date.
I don't know what the date was, I can let you see it, I just screenshot it.
Ms. Dales, what is your, what are the telecommunicators making an hour when they come in right now?
When they make, 14, and when they get certified, they go up to 15.
So this guy that we just raised from 15 to 1573 would be at 1773.
Yeah, they got the $2 raise.
Basically what a deputy
He's
sheriff
certified.
makes.
He's certified.
And we were at $10 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And we did the tier system for 911
Brought up to 12.
last year. And now everybody's at least making 14, and now some of them making 15, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Mr. President,
Yes.
Scott, could you help us out on that? I thought, the city of Natchez supposed to been paying for, so many, employees down in there, like we done with fire, when we was paying so much for so many firemen, and they turn around and supposed to been paying so much for so many E911 workers. Is that not true?
Every July 1st, we submit our cost for E911 employees, and they pay for 10 of the average 911 dispatchers as of July 1st. Likewise, the city turns in their average for firemen, and as of July 1, they pay all theirs. And so, as of July 1, when they had their raise, like the mid-meeting raise, that was included in that analysis to make sure that we were getting up to what they were supposed to.
Say that again then?
In other words, the salaries that are at right now is what we asked the city for.
Yeah, but they cut their budget. They cut their budget to
Yeah.
give themselves a raise. That ain't got nothing to do with the $2 raise. that we-
Supervisor Craig, I wasn't here when y'all did that, so I did not understand that. That was in 24, 25.
I'm not debating whether you was here or not, but I'm debating what this motion said, and then you turn around and did something totally different from what the motion said.
I did what I was asked to do in the budget meeting when we went over E911's
By
budget.
one supervisor?
Yes.
But what you're
We
trying
don't
to do
roll
now,
like that.
what you're
We
trying to
did
do
this in
now
our
is gonna blow the
budget
budget up completely. You talking about a huge chunk of money.
No.
But-
That money should come from over there, Mr. President, for 10 of it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We shouldn't even be paying them. They should pay the additional raises for them anyway. That's all I'm saying.
Let me say, President, well, can I say something?
Yes.
I know we discussed that in budget meetings, that was a discussion, and probably I did say that in budget meetings, but when it came, we put all, raises aside until the end. And we did discuss that, because I was questioning, didn't they just get a raise? Because I think I was not there at the time that they got that raise. And, I did question that, and, after we discussed the budget and everything, we came back with the raises and discussed raises at the end of the budget. And so the motion was made that everybody get a raise for the $2. So I guess that does not exclude them when it's everybody, every department. But I do have a question too. In the raises, if raises are given to E911, is it that we're supposed to pay, half, and the city pay half when they get raises?
No, not,
It is set every July 1st. So if we were to change their salary up or down as of July 1, 2026, the city, by agreement, would have to increase the amount that they do to make up for it. So it is the average cost of a dispatcher times 10. And that's how we get paid from the city for dispatch. For firemen, it's the average cost of a fireman times 16, and that's how we get the cost for firemen at both dates as of July 1. So if they change their salary between now and then as well, we'll have an increase too. There's no more CPI or anything like that. And we picked the July 1 date so that if the city was gonna increase, we would be able to prepare for that increase when we do our fire millage. And then I guess they wanted to say courtesy when they're trying to prepare their budget for 911.
So let me get a clear understanding of what you're saying. So the fireman's raise is already part of that, right?
We did not get an increase from the city for firemen.
Huh?
The amount we paid for fiscal year ending 25 is the same as the amount we're paying for fiscal year ending 26. They didn't change their salary, or if they did, Supervisor Gray, they didn't let us know as of July 1, and so it didn't kick in.
So now you're really confusing me, because when we went over there and had a joint meeting with them over there, then the mayor said something totally different from what we talking about right now. I'm the only one remember this?
I know that the amount,
So the fire budget haven't increased?
no Supervisor Gray.
Okay.
So that'll be
So what
addressed
we-
on July
So
1st.
what we need to do is wait till July 1st to send the increase to the city for the E911 to get compensated.
Yes, sir, and it works that way so that we don't have great shifts in the middle of the fiscal year, particularly with fire, because as y'all know, we have the unincorporated county has its own millage to pay for fire, and that would be difficult for us. We'd have to come from a different source. So we need to know every year when we raise the millage what we're gonna pay the city. That's why it's that July 1st date.
Okay,
So there's two ways to fix this, okay? She can do pay and lose, or, well, either way, I'll have to amend the budget.
I don't think we need in the budget right now. There is some good news that came out of the meeting, in Jackson the other day, in Oxford the other day. We passed 2 years ago, that we would do the, cell phones, charge cell phones $1 or $2, I think, per cell phone, because our 911 was set up to be based off of landlines. We had 30,000, 35,000 landlines in Adams County at one time, so we were getting $1, and it was for 911 and those type of services. Now we're down to about 3,000 or 4,000 landlines, so we're not making any money to fund 911. But it appears that the legislature has decided to go ahead with the putting the $1 on the cell phones, or maybe it's $2, I don't know, but that's gonna be a huge shot in the arm for 911. It'll take a big burden off the county to have to fund 911. That's the way we're supposed to be funding it, but that's about to happen. It's gonna make a big difference. And when that July 1st comes around, 26, hopefully by then we'll have that money, and we can do something a lot different and won't bust our budget.
And I just wanna say that, again, in that budget hearing, that's what I was told to do. There's no reason I would exclude E911 out of the blue. So, and I want Annette to know that.
Mr. President, and that's what I was
Go
going
ahead,
to
Mr. Gaines.
And you all knew and you're doing a good job, but just for for future reference, from the president, Mr. Milton, myself, Ms. Hudson, and Mr. Gray, neither one of us can come back and make any major changes to any department. We had to have it voted on by 3 supervisors. So I'm not saying you did nothing wrong, but just for things going on in the record, if I come and say you need to do this, we need to bring it for the board to have it in the minutes. That's all, And it's not, you knew, so we gonna go over things like that, things happen, so we'll just make sure that we
Well,
just try.
I guess it was my fault. I assumed in the budget
Yeah,
hearing
it's
that
all
what
right.
you said
That's all right.
is what I did, so.
We just-
Well, I don't think any of us ever thought that,
Yeah.
we'd go from $10 to $17.73 in a year's time on somebody's salary. So I understand why that would be,
I say
misconstrued.
so?
Yes,
Hold
but what's that now?
on. You hold yours for a minute. Let me say this. I understand what you're saying, Mr. President. At the end of the day, we speak through our minutes. I'm just going by what the minutes say. And can't nobody change your minutes unless they come back with another motion and change the minutes like that. I guess everybody knew about what was going on and they weren't gonna get no raise, because if I would've knew it, I could've explained to the person that told me that. I did not know it. I guess everybody else on this board did.
Let me say, President Wilson,
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
what I think, like Mr. said, I think she just misunderstood. It was a discussion where we all discussed that in a meeting, a budget hearing meeting. She didn't go back, or did no one supervisor come back and tell her to change anything. What it was a discussion in, the budget hearing meeting, and, it was a statement, my statement was made. And then I think somebody made the statement, they're making more than the deputy's making. That was a statement made too. And, I mean, we did not say that we were not gonna give them a raise, but it was just a discussion that they had already gotten a raise. And then at the end of the budget, anything, that's when that motion came up that everybody gets a raise. So this is just, you know, it didn't, no one supervisor or anybody come back and tell her to change the budget. It's just something that was discussed and she probably misunderstood. That's it.
All right.
Anything else?
I have something to say.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me clarify all this here. When I came on, it was before I came on when they got raises. My people didn't get raises. They were making $10 and $9 an hour. When they gave the 2% raise, whatever it is, it raised them up to $12 an hour. When they raised them up to $12 an hour, it was 3 years before we got a raise. I drained my budget last year, correct me, Scott. I took the money out of my budget last year to get them up halfway to the vicinity of what all the other combined dispatch centers was making. And we went without. We recycled paper, we needed help, we worked shorthand and everything else when I drained my budget to give them the raise to where they are now. We didn't go from 1023 to where we are. That didn't happen. Every time it's time for a raise, the city say, oh, we can't give them a raise, or the county say they can't give them a raise. So we're stuck in the middle. I have to find a way to keep my people by giving them somewhere in the vicinity of what the other combined dispatch centers are making. We always stuck in the middle. We never get included when the county have raises or the city have raises. We gotta find a way to try to get one on our own. And I drained my budget last year to get them where they are now. I don't think that's fair to us. I don't know what's going on with the city and county. I don't have an agreement with them. You see what I'm saying? So I want my people to be treated fairly too. I want them at least be in the vicinity where all the other combined dispatch centers are making. If not, we're not gonna have anybody. They're gonna go somewhere else.
Well,
So I don't know what happened or where somebody got misconstrued down the line, but that wasn't what happened. Scott can tell you exactly what happened with the
To
budget.
be fair to this board has made substantial movement towards 911, getting into a centered new facility. I know it's not brand new, but we're working on a better facility. They just need to wear.
I understand that, but I wanted to clear that up.
This board is trying to work and keep your people.
I'm not saying that they're not,
settled.
I just want.
And you've done a good job at making
Yeah,
sure that you're right
I'm
for your
trying to
people too.
understand what happened.
you know what the problem is? The problem is, we gotta make a decision by June or July. It's sent over there, but we don't make a decision on nothing else until September. So that time period has passed, and we can't go back and put it in there because we didn't get it over there to them. That's my understanding of what's going on with this.
And
So,
to be fair to this group of supervisors, y'all adjusted the salaries with her budget without getting compensation from the city for the last fiscal year too. So y'all tried to swap, I know you ate into your budget, but y'all didn't get the reimbursements too. So, I mean, this board really is trying to help with dispatch and move dispatch.
what do you mean we didn't get the reimbursement? I thought you
We
said.
did it on
When I'm talking about last fiscal year, or this, yeah, it is fiscal year 25, we adjusted their salaries and didn't get reimbursed from the city for that increase. We just
So
took it
when
off.
did we reimburse their salaries?
I'm
Is it
telling you,
before July?
it's because it's every July 1st, it's what the value of that average
No.
employee
If
makes.
we readjusted their salaries before July, then we should have sent that bill over to them.
Yeah, We did,
Oh,
but
you
what I'm
did?
saying
Okay,
is, when
okay.
we increased it like November, December, we didn't get extra money from the city until
July.
Till October, really, till the new fiscal year, yes, sir.
I got you.
I'm just trying to, I know you're doing what you can for your people, and it really have been very effective in that. At the same time, the supervisors have tried to work with you too, so, and I know you're not
Well,
satisfied,
I
but
just wanna
that's a
clear
good
it
thing.
up, so they won't think they got big old jump in 1 year, cause that's not what happened.
Yeah.
It's just that we're stuck in the middle of something going on between the city and the county, so we're getting short end of the stick. I'm just clearing that up.
I'm pretty sure it'll be cleared up this next time, and, I'm hoping to see a lot more money coming in for 911 through the cell phone. It's something that should have been done a long time ago. The state's got $95 million in a fund up there that, we get 70 cents off that, it's laying like, they get 30 cents, they've been getting it for 30 or 40 years. They got $90 million sitting there that they don't even know what to do with it.
So you're gonna go pursue it.
But I've been pursuing it. I alerted the governor, and the governor's alerted several other people. Now I heard it in the conference in Oxford that they were gonna do something about that.
Well, President, I don't mean no harm, we've been hearing that for how long? 2 years.
I think this time, this guy is on it, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna see that, and we're gonna see some huge improvements in 911 as far as getting things paid for.
That's all I have, and I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, my name
Morning.
is Chucky Martin, I'm the comptroller, I came in for purchasing to get it, spread across the minister credit card for September, the rear me and proud credit card for the vehicle.
I need a motion.
So,
Moved by Mr. Gaines,
Second.
second by Mr. Gray. Any discussion? All in favor? Any nays? Motion carried.
I thought you said, when you first started talking, I thought you said you were trying to get a new car. I'm like,
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Shaka.
Good morning, Joe Bell with the Intervention Court.
Morning.
I passed out two forms this morning. One was the MSPHI, showed the expenditures from 9/1 of '24 to 8/31 of '25, which was the grant that was awarded to us. The total grant award was $66,634.66. And according to my records and to verified with MSPHI, we spent all but $12.79 of that for supplies, treatment, for individuals in the program. On the second sheet that I handed out was, it's got accountability and recovery at the top. That is the Administrative Office of Course summary to this point from 7/1 of '25. On the left side, it indicates 8/5 of '25. That would be the first time that a submission was requested for this fiscal year under their budget year, and that would be for July. So to this date, we've spent $31,294.03, and we've recouped $18,179.89. We're waiting on the $13,114 check. It should be here in the next day or two. So
Okay.
on track.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Good morning, board.
Yeah.
Adams County Emergency Management Director. Cowboys had a great win yesterday.
Yes,
With
sir.
the record.
Your prayers was answered?
Yeah.
What, y'all pray for the quarterback get hurt?
Hey, that's NFL team. Hey, that's NFL team, so they're professionals, so we don't care about the other team. But good morning, everybody. Couple things that update the board, on the siren project. The team, area-wide communications came down, last week. Started working on our sirens. They did encounter some problems with that. So right now, we have 11 working sirens out of the 18. We got 7 that's gonna need the new boards. The software that the cell phone carrier and the boards in the old sirens, they won't match up, so we have to get new boards on that. And it's a total of 7, so all the 4 old ones in the city, boards gonna need to be replaced. We only have 3 in the county. So what I did ask the guy to break it down to give a price for the city, what they wanna do. We're gonna try this again, so we're gonna make sure they have a good price of what they need to fix their 4 in the siren, 4 in the city, and the 3 in the county, unless the county wanna go ahead and just fix all 7 of them. So that's to be up to the board on that. And I got a quote on it, but I told them they need to break it down, because the city didn't pay for the first installment, so we need to at least let them pay for the new boards, since we paid for that. So I just wanna ask the board how y'all wanna do that. Do we wanna pay for all 7, or do we wanna break it down and just do our 3 and let the city do their 4?
Me personally, man, I think you need to have a conversation with the city. I don't think you need to go to a board meeting, just get a feel of, the mayor, do he think his board would vote for that? And if they don't, I mean, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah, I'm saying, do you want me to give them a quote so they can see what the price is?
Sir, yes.
Yeah.
We don't wanna have what happened to you last time you went in there.
Oh, I'm fine, I'm thick skinned, I ain't worried about it, it's all good.
How much are they per board?
They're like 1,769.
And you said you needed 7?
Well, we need 7, but when they come down, they're gonna do some other maintenance too, so they did, because some of the sirens, the city have the older sirens. So they will,
And the board said we need to get down and take it in, so.
cause it's gonna be, the total of it will be 40,000.
The total for the whole project?
Mm-hmm.
So, I could go to the mayor and ask him what his thoughts are, and splitting it with us actually, because they didn't pay anything on the sirens.
Good luck.
Okay, I think that's be a good way to handle that.
Before, I'd rather go approach him before we go, like you
Yeah.
said, in front of them.
Yeah, and let them know, keep in mind, we have none that's working in the city.
None of the
None.
sirens are.
None that working in the city.
All 4 in the city
Are
are
down.
out of date.
Okay.
Now, out of date on the boards.
Yeah.
We've already covered the.
Yeah, we covered the new upgrades on it, but it's just, they just need to
This
replace the
isn't what
boards.
we've already talked about, this is an addition.
Right, this addition, yeah, this is new. When it came down, he looked at it, he saw it won't work, so they said we gotta do an upgrade on the board, so it'll be something different from, because we've already covered the other part of it.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, so now, okay, if they wanna do that, do you still want me to do the 2 quotes if they don't wanna do half?
Well, I would again suggest that, I
You
guess,
have?
go ahead and get 1 quote and then we can split it between the 2, and we can build a city.
Is
They
it,
need to be done.
is it
Okay.
gonna be the
They
same,
have to be done.
the folk gonna be more than whatever?
They're gonna, it's,
Standard, man.
like I said, they're the older sirens, but yeah, they might have some maintenance on them, because they're not up to date, they are the old sirens, so.
Just get the 2 quotes, and if it don't work, then we just do what we gotta do.
Okay, well, I get the 2 quotes, and I get the 1 for together, just so we have.
There you go.
Alright,
Okay.
okay. Alright, the next thing is I did contact the county administrator, the Mississippi Office of Surplus Property Account, we had one back in the days when, County Administrator Joe Murray's here, but it expired. So I'm asking the board, can we, renew that account? Basically what it is, you get federal government, if we need like, any trailers, generators or something like that, we only pay $100 for it. So it's a program that they have that we can utilize in.
So moved.
So,
Moved by Mr. Middleton, second by Mr. Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor? Any nays? Motion carries.
okay, next, I want to request travel for myself to attend the Disaster Leadership Conference, with, County Administrator in Biloxi, Mississippi, November 12th through 13th.
If you
No,
mind, I
no.
don't know that you've done it.
No, I was just bringing it up, and you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's done.
yeah, you did hers, but not mine.
We
Okay.
didn't do yours?
We don't have any paper.
I got it right.
Okay. Moved by Mr. Middleton, Mr. Gaines, I'm sorry. Seconded by Mr. Middleton. Thank you, sir. All in favor? Any nays? Motion carried.
Last but not least, board, I want to introduce my new deputy director, Mrs. Laura Allen. She came to us on October 1st, so I just brought her to the board to get a feel. Some of you may know her, some of you don't. So I'll let her introduce herself. Keep in mind, she's still on 90 days, so she's been told what not to say. Not just better but she can come up and introduce herself.
That's tough, Brad.
Oh, yeah, you're not gonna break me.
Good morning. My name is Samora Allen. I'm from Yazoo City, but I moved to Natchez at least 7 years ago. And hello, everyone.
That's how I put in questions and get back.
Any questions?
No, you get back to work. That's the question. Anything from the board?
No, thank you, sir.
I appreciate it, but I'll get that done.
Have a nice day.
All right, thanks.
Good morning, board. Samuel Minor, Veteran Service Officer for the county. Have a couple things pass on to you. One, due to the government shutdown, all outreach programs from the VA will be canceled for October, November, and December, unless there are any changes. The outreach programs are like when we do the stand down, okay, we have state and sometime federal VA people come down and do like claim clinics and have their booth set up. So all that is canceled for the next 3 months. Also on the 22nd, it was already scheduled for a turkey giveaway for the veterans. We will be still doing that at the safe room. I have a flyer out on the 1st of next month. So I'll bring it to the board meeting, and it will be a turkey giveaway only. We don't have any support from the state with doing the claims. So that's all I have, unless you have any questions from me.
No, that'll do it, thank you, appreciate it. Who's next?
Good morning, board.
Norman.
I'm just elevating one of my employees from part-time to full-time. Alicia Blanton. She was replacing an employee who left a few weeks ago.
Do you have that paperwork?
I do have it, I was told
Okay.
that they was gonna give it to y'all too.
All right, $14 an hour, $29,120, that's Alicia Blanton.
Right.
Need a motion, moved by Mr. Middleton,
Second.
second by Mr. Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carries.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you.
Good morning, board.
Come on.
Just some updates, really. The contract is moving forward with EWPC 045, that's Old Highway 84 sites. Of course, like I said, they completed Old Highway 84, number 1, number 4. They're nearing completion of Dunbar Bayou around the river route, so they have to get some more. So they moved over to Kingston Road to begin the clearing and grubbing for those EWP sites. And so then we'll go back to Dunbar once we get the additional riprap that's needed for that project. With that being said, we're requesting authorization to allow the board president to sign that reimbursement number 1 for EWP. We got approved on the last board meeting, we prepared it, and now we want the board president to sign it. And just for your notes, the entire reimbursement amount will be $564,098.94. I got authorization of the board president to sign it.
Need a motion, motion by Mr. Gaines, second by Mr. Gray.
What'd you say this
EWPC
What is that?
Highway 84, site number 1 and 4, Dunbar, Church Hill, and Kingston Road. Other updates,
All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carried.
So we'll send a reimbursement over to NRCS.
Thanks, George.
Yes, sir. We completed design for 13 Johnson Circle as well as Upper Kingston. So I'll be sending over the plat and legal description for you
Supervisors.
today or tomorrow.
Okay.
We're nearing completion of design for Jerusalem Church and Pier Road.
10-20.
Once we get done with those designs, we'll prepare the plats and legal description, send them over to, Mr. Slover as well.
Is day office open?
USDA.
So I've talked to Mr. Norman, so he's one of the three that's allowed to work. So I'm not sure about anything else as it relates to the process for reimbursement, but I know Mr. Norman is, I talked to him last week.
It depends, but a lot of the money is already, with this NRCS money has already been appropriated by the federal government, so they're holding it. So it may not be affected, the reimbursement part may not be affected.
May not?
May not. I mean, at some point, they're gonna reimburse us when they get a
I
budget.
mean, if you talking about $40,000 and $30,000, now if we talking about when we get up to $500,000 and $600,000 and $700,000, we need to make sure we get our money, man, 'cause
We're already contractually on the hook on our EWPs that we're working right now, so when the reimbursement comes, it comes. But for the other work that he's talking about, we gotta get the right of ways before he can put it out for bid.
So the question is, you all want to wait on putting those EWPs out for bid?
No, there's gonna get worse.
I don't think we should wait on the legal work and the right of ways, we should be ready to put it out for bid, and then we can,
I'm just talking about for that.
that's what I would say.
I can move forward with everything with the plat legal description, get everything, but as far as advertising and actually bid opening, I can wait until you all just say we'll move forward.
I would still suggest that George bring it to us and we can decide at that point, let's wait until shutdowns, we get more clarity on the shutdown.
No, we don't.
A lot's gonna happen in 2 weeks.
Hey, man.
I don't think we should slow you
I
down.
agree with Scott, I mean, 'cause, we can't afford to, if we don't get our money back during this particular time of the budget, 'cause well, how's our finances right now? We don't have to get a tax anticipation loan or nothing like that. So if we got $500,000 and $600,000 going out of our budget, I know doggone well something's gonna happen. And we don't get no more money till January,
I'm managing it.
huh?
I said I'm managing it, I'm watching it every day.
I'm talking about with what he got coming in, and we got that much money?
I'm not telling you how much money we got.
No, I need to know if I'm gonna vote to allow $500,000 and $600,000 to go somewhere, and I got to know that we had the money in place to
It's
do
already
day-to-day operations with the county.
He's trying to get it
He's trying to
back
get it
for
back.
us, that money's already been
It's
spent,
been
he's trying to
spent.
get it back. And that, we don't have a choice of that. As far as for the bids, before we make a decision as to whether bids go out or not, we should make that decision at that time. I think we should still get to where we need to make a bid or not.
Hey, last month, now.
Okay, go ahead.
That's all I have.
So is that permission to do that, for him to finish the plats and submit a letter to
You
the
need a
city?
I'll make a motion that he'll be able to finish what he needs and then get it back to us.
And I'll do the legal work,
Yeah.
and get it ready for bid, and then, George, you just say, y'all want a bid,
Yeah.
no, we can try to adjust it then.
Yeah.
Motion by Mr. Gaines,
6 weeks for bids anyway.
second by Mr. Middleton. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carried.
Also, as Morgantown Road is concerned, the final inspection, we're gonna try to schedule the final inspection for phase 2, next week. That allows us to do an punch item for that fade from Dixie Road to Red Loop. So we're kind of trying to schedule that for someday next week. And as far as phase 1 is concerned, the bid opening for that project is November the 17th. That'll be the second board meeting of November, bid opening for phase 1. He already has to begin advertising, advertise on Wednesday, and we're advertising again this Wednesday, and then the bid opening will be November the 17th. The same thing, for Carthage Point Road, the bid opening for that will be the first board meeting in December, I believe that's December 1st. Yeah. So any questions for me?
Is that,
Go ahead.
So you said November 17th,
Yes, sir.
on bid opening, so have anybody been bidding on it?
It's just advertised on Wednesday.
It just advertised this Wednesday?
This past Wednesday, they're gonna advertise on this coming Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, typically, the request for bids come in after the second bid, after the second advertisement.
Okay.
What did you say about December 1st?
That would be the Carthage Point bid opening for
What about Burke Road?
So Burke Road, it was the government shutdown has impacted that surveyor's, work.
3 years.
So I need some clarity on the payment
Maybe 4.
for the utilities on Morgantown Road. I need some clarity on that because in my mind, I thought the county was paying a percentage of that and not that 100%. We agreed to pay 100% of the milling and extra whatever, but to my knowledge, I ain't know we agreed to pay no 100% when the city went on record saying that they was gonna pay, how much, Scott?
Or what are you talking about?
Utilities.
The
On
utilities.
Morgantown.
We approved it at 440. You can explain it to them.
Yeah, we approved it for 40 and asked the city to pay 40%, but I believe y'all said no matter what we needed to do.
No.
That's on
We get it done anyway.
That was
We
milled.
approved
That was for the millage. That was for the road, that wasn't for the, utility relocation. Cause I wouldn't voted on that.
Okay. They were all lumped together, it was like a 400.
Well, we need to unlock.
So when they were actually presented, they're presented as two separate change orders.
That's what I
One
thought.
for additional milling and the other one for.
When I went back and listened, like I watched the video, the amount that we talked about was the 400 and whatever.
Which was both combined.
That was the total the county would be responsible for, but I think when we actually went to it, we actually did them on two separate meetings. One of them we did for the additional milling and asphalt, and the other one was for the utility relocation. So it's two different change orders that were presented.
So did they agree to 40% of the 440?
They didn't agree to 40%, they said they were out of money.
Nah. They said, to my knowledge, that a grant or something was supposed to be paying their share. And, we don't supposed to pay no 100%. Now, if the grant don't pay their share, they need to still come up with their share to me. Because that's what it was told. Now, if you want me to play it back for you, I can play it back where you can hear it.
We can go and play it back. I mean, because I watched it myself, because
Now, I'm talking about what was discussed over there. Supervisor Gaines done left the meeting, but he was over there. Well, Rocky was over there. Mr. Dawes, when you over there, when all these 60-40 transactions supposed to took place over there, when the mayor had us over there and saying that the city was gonna take care of 40% and the county was gonna do the 60%?
Yeah, me and you, Mr. Gaines was over there. Mr. Gaines?
Yeah.
We were over there when the mayor was saying the contract.
Well, I got it on tape right here.
Well, they did have it on tape, but they came in here and the city said they didn't have any money. And for the Keep Morgantown Road project going to completion, I think we came back and said we would have to go ahead and, thought we approved it because it was a mix up with the email with James Johnson. Scott, is that not correct? It was a mix up with the email and we approved it. I think the board president and everything said that, well, we have to go ahead and do what we have to do to get Morgantown complete. Is that, am I right?
That was the $70,000 on the extra 1 inch of milling and extra
Yeah.
asphalt that they said they were not gonna pay for. They did not.
And we agreed to pay and move forward, right? Cause we approved 440.
and we'll watch the minutes and watch the meeting and I'll show you.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, you need to get it together, I'm gonna change my vote, because, that shouldn't be put on us when we got a meeting with them. They going back on everything they said they was gonna go back on. Every time we come up with something, now all of a sudden it's something different.
It's moving you to this, change order.
I remember you saying something about that, Ricky, that, first of all their utilities were on our easements. So they should have been responsible for moving them to start with. I'm talking about Athens Gas, Adams County Water.
That's not the problem. The problem was there was
Delays. It was delays. It was days he was shut eye.
Oh, the $250,000.
It was supposed to be, what, 500?
It depends. We can talk about that, Supervisor Gray, too.
Okay. Do you,
You,
what
me,
was your
George,
next?
and Kevin can get together on that if y'all like.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, we need to figure it out. Oh, any question for me?
Because I was saying what you were saying now, I was saying that at the meeting, that we shouldn't do it, because the agreement says that we don't owe it, but.
All right, Ms. Jordan, well, earlier we were discussing, Kingston Road and what I wanna do out there. Do we need to do anything, or do you just need to make a plan?
So, you told me you want, that we can start at Highway 61, and then I need authorization to assess and second that you all want to do on Kingston Road, to find out what needs to be done to bring it up to standards. I don't necessarily have to have a resolution, I can just go and do that, and get the, state aid to come out, and look at it, find out what all needs to be done.
Yeah, they have to assess Kingston Road from the start there at Kingston, by the trailer park. And I wanna go as far as I can go with the state maintenance and the $485,000 I set aside from the CARES Act money. So we're gonna use the CARES Act money to get the assessment done, is that right? To see how we're gonna get it up, because apparently the road's not up to standard from the start of it. So I just want him to have a plan together to, do that section of the road that we can, whether it's 2 or 3 miles or 4 miles. So do I need a motion?
Administrator, Ms. Wilson, are you aware that y'all got this together where all that was set aside for the CARES Act money? I know that's before your time.
It's on record though, I know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure, paper, I don't want the same mistake, you know what I'm saying, that happened, we just trying to keep it legal.
Yeah,
So,
Scott gave me a list.
I got you, all right?
Do we need to do anything?
I mean, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what I want him to
Of one accord.
pursue that, yes. So that's a motion to, let him assess Kingston Road and see what it's gonna take to get it up to standards.
I'll second.
All right, second by Mr. Gaines.
If you told him
Discussion.
you want to go as far as you can go.
Right.
The issues, he's gonna need to have some financial parameters, because you can go all the way, but
So the money will allow them to go?
I'll
How you
say
do
that.
I'll say that.
My part of the state aid money.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
you know what that is?
Nah, I don't know which one to say.
Yeah, me.
Somebody didn't figure out.
We're gonna try to 3 miles.
3 miles?
Yeah, if there's more, then
Yeah.
he'll be able to figure it out.
Is that,
That's it.
That in the motion,
He
right?
made the motion for 3 miles. Okay, I second.
Plus or minus, yeah.
Plus or
all right,
minus.
I just making sure.
So make sure it's a plus or minus and we're just giving him the authorization to do the assessment and bring it up.
Okay, all in favor?
He got a question.
So
Okay.
how much are we?
How much state aid funds do y'all want to spend?
Use for Kingston Road.
We gotta figure it out.
No, in total, how much state aid funds do you want to spend?
You have $4.2 million state aid.
Y'all want to spend 2 million of it?
He's saying he wanted the assessment for 3 miles.
Not that.
We're gonna,
We got
to pick our other,
I understand. No, we're not talking about, in general, how much state aid money do y'all want
That
to
should
spend?
be
All
about-
4.3 million, or do you want to spend 2 million of it?
What I'm saying is, board has made a decision
on how much.
on how we gonna distribute that money.
Let's say it's $900,000.
We understand.
That should be about, okay. All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carries. Okay.
That's all?
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody got anything else, Mr.? It's a plus or minus.
yes, Mr. Myers. But I do have, we'll wait till the next meeting. But I would like for you to ride out to that, state aid bridge at Sagefield. It has a lot of corrosion. It's not to the highway yet, but it's on the opposite side of the road that y'all own. That did, it had some washing, so the county's already out there doing on one side. Well, you'll see what they're doing, I don't wanna say right or left, cause it depends on which way you're going. But I do need you to look at that, and says that, cause sooner or later, that's gonna come to a problem, cause it's been eroding pretty good there. And, we'll get together on a couple of stuff that we'll see over there, once we get there, cause I was looking at it after that, harbor rain that we had the other day, that, believe it or not, those lines that we did, especially like coming out Pine Ridge, they are faded. You know, it's been, 3 years or so, and they kind of fade and it's rough, so once we get that together, I might look at that and a few things that we'll look at. All right.
I'm sorry, did y'all rebid the, Foster Mountain Road guarding the railing on the bridge?
No, I can't, we can't find a contractor, so one thing we can do is see about state aid allowing us to program that to just replace the entire bridge.
There weren't bids on it?
So we had one contractor who put a bid in, and there's no one else. Only other people that do it, I think, is Wood Fencing, and they said they don't have the time, because they only want to do the bridge railing. And the other gentleman said it won't take him 6 months to do that.
Who was that?
That's some local gentleman I have to find out.
Dane Garden?
Said it'd take him 6 months to do it?
To do the project.
The rail?
Yeah. I verified at the time.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They need to
Sound right.
verify that.
Whatever time.
Well, I think he's a farmer now, if he said it 3 months ago, the farm is just about over.
I think in some instances, they may not necessarily perform the work, they'll still get someone at Atwood to still do the work, and so Atwood will take that long to get to it. That's the reason why Atwood would not be on, because it's taking so long to get to it.
We can give him 45 days, if it's not done, then we're gonna bid it. I mean, right?
Yeah, you put in there stipulation how long you want to take the job, you get 45, 60 days to do it.
6 months ain't
Yeah,
gonna work.
work.
It just looks a little scary.
Well, I'm not,
Give me
30 days, I don't care.
Well, give me authorization, can I get authorization to rebid or request quotes again? And I'll go and do it again, and I'll put that stipulation in.
So I'll make the motion.
Got it, that fine that we just do away with the bid we have and rebid it?
But I mean, that's, but
Or
the
just
bid,
tell the guy that.
can we not put a time frame on the guy that already won the bid?
We not accepted the bid, either.
Yeah, but it was never presented, but I also had to have a second. And so.
So you had to,
I didn't get to.
You didn't get to.
so you need to.
I need to.
Okay, so you need a motion to rebid?
Yes.
So what about, so if it's under, you already gave it to the guy, did he accept the bid?
So he was provided a report, I didn't get a second, so I couldn't assess it, I didn't have a second to compare it to.
So it's really not on the contract?
No, it's not a contract, it never.
Okay.
I thought Atwood Bill just said they couldn't do it for 6 months.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion for the rebid, the, bridge at Foster.
Motion by Mr. Gaines.
So,
This is an advertised bid,
Correct.
This is just.
you solicited it and he gave you one.
Discussion.
Yes, sir, we're gonna put a time frame in there.
45 days.
And you mentioned something about
Yeah.
state aid, but I didn't quite.
It's always
It wasn't.
that you gotta do
You
solicit.
mentioned something about state aid.
Or whatever.
He mentioned state aid, if you want to use some of the state aid funds to replace the bridge itself.
Replace the whole bridge.
No.
Okay, all right. Gotta carry the motion. All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carried. All right, I think that's all.
Thank you.
Morning, boy.
Morning.
While we talk about spending money or whatever, you know, when the money's left, I asked all state aid things, you know, we had some money left in the, road bond.
Yeah.
Have we decided how we wanna spend that, or we're just gonna hold up till we figure out what we're gonna do with state aid and look at that fund at the same time, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be the best.
All right, okay, that's what I thought, yeah, I'm gonna figure out what we're talking about. All right, good morning, Mr. Wilson, I have, spoiled dirt request for 328 Greenfield Road.
Do you have that, or?
No, you have it,
You
sir.
drop it up here.
Yes, sir, you have it, paper clip on it. It's in that.
So,
All right, moved by Ms. Hutchins. Second by Mr. Gaines. All in favor? Mr. Gray, I'm sorry. All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carried.
Next thing I have is a request for payment, on retire grant for, $299. You should have that.
I do.
So,
Moved by Mr. Gaines, second by Mr. Middleton. All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carried.
Next thing I have is, Wilderness Missionary Baptist Church at, 11 Sparrow Circle. It's a nonprofit cemetery, they're asking for a load of dirt.
so moved.
Moved by Mr. Gaines, second by Mr. Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carried.
Last thing I have, and I put out for 3 bids on it, you have the pictures up there, it's a dead tree, part of the tree's already split, and fell off on, East Wilderness. And, we sent it out for 3 different contractors last week, we didn't get but one bid in, the other 2 didn't send anything in. And the bid I had sent in was $3,500 from our Arbor Boyd Tree Service. With it being under 5,000, I mean, that's.
$3,500.
Yeah, we can take that bid, but I mean, we put it out to 3 contractors.
Who you put it out to?
Dick Thompson, Arbor Boyd, and, it was one more she sent it to that cut some trees in the past for us.
Allied
That
or-
was stuff together? I think we either, maybe we need to start seeing somebody in the main bird.
So moved. He's one.
All in
Last few years.
Yes.
That one there has, yeah.
I feel like he's
Yeah.
competitive. I'll make the motion. Yeah.
Moved by Mr. Gaines,
Second.
second by Mr. Middleton. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carried.
That's all I have. Any questions?
Boy, that's gonna be odd if you don't get a question. It's gonna be like the sheriff getting up there not asking for a vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Got a call last week, Magnolia Bluff Road. There's clear water running in the ditch. If you go about 3/4 of the way down, there's a new gate that's been put up. And just to the north of that gate, there's some clear water running through that culvert. They called Waterworks, and I called twice, couldn't get a phone call. Couldn't get an answer. Would you just go verify that there were 3 white arrows painted in the road? I don't know if Waterworks did that. Just, if you're out and about, you just ride through there and look. I'll send you a picture of where it is. Just see a new green gate put up.
Yes,
Y'all got anything else, Rob? He'll be here all day.
I'll be right here.
Next. Oh, okay.
This is me again. Morning, board. First of all, I want to say I appreciate you all taking time to hear out my core and being attentive to the presentation that they put forth and take that under consideration. There's a lot of stuff going on as far as jail and everything else that needs attention, but those guys flew in from all over the country to do that presentation this morning. So I definitely appreciate you all taking the time to get your attention. The next thing is, I want to say that this was the first neighborhood watch that we've had in Sibley since before COVID hit. And it was a good turnout down there, and it was very important to see people getting back up. You know, a lot of businesses, churches and everything took a hit when COVID hit and people went in, and it's hard to get them back out. So the neighborhood watch down here in Sibley decided they wanted to kick it off again, and they was in full force. And they told me to give you a message, Supervisor Milton. They say the next meeting they want to see you down there.
Didn't know anything about it.
I know you did.
Can't be there if you don't get called.
When y'all had that?
Well, let me tell y'all, y'all really should look on our Facebook page, because we put a lot of stuff out on Facebook, Instagram, and all that, and on the Sheriff's Office website. But what I'll do from now on, I'll make sure that Corvette gets you all prior, because I didn't even know it until it popped up myself. I knew it like the day before. But I'll make sure that the board gets all the neighborhood watches beforehand as well. I didn't know that no supervisor building. And so I told them I would ask you to be at the next one, and so the next one will be, they agreed to do them quarterly, so the next one will be whatever that quarter that day is. But I'll make sure you get it, the supervisor bring games, I'll make sure y'all get it. And,
We represent Sibley as well.
Yeah, we're supposed to tell that.
okay, it's always held at
Should
my
be the
Olive
church?
Baptist Church down here.
Okay.
Yeah, my Olive Baptist Church.
That's what they had, I was there.
Yeah, well, this is the first one, like I said, it's been years, so, you know, what you gonna do? But anyway, though, now you know, I'm just passing it
Calling
on.
when they need trash picked up.
Huh?
That's why the problem calling when they need trash picked up.
Okay. I'm sure they'll be calling you. I'm sure they will. The other thing I want to tell you all was that I've been asked on behalf of the Mississippi Sheriff Association to sit on the opioid funding board for the state of Mississippi, and I am gonna do that. So, I just want to put that out there to you all, that's gonna happen, and I'm glad. Anytime people wanna ask me how to disperse money, I'm all for it. I do have some other things that are of concern this morning, though. Now, I'm not sure if you all have some of these sheets, but I guess I want to start with the new hire. The new hire first, we do have one new hire and one rehire. The new hire is gonna be Jessica Johnson. She's already certified, she's already certified, so she doesn't have to go to the academy and train. And that's at the rate of $20.83 an hour.
Come from the police department?
And let me say this on record, since you asked that, Supervisor Gray, I don't recruit from the police department.
No, I'm not, I'm
No.
not recruiting, but I'm saying, they're not gonna come back at us and saying we owe them no money. 'Cause
No, she's been
long
there
now?
3 years.
Okay.
And since that's brought up, I do wanna say this, so it's clear to the public. I don't want no misconfusion about that. We don't recruit from the police department, but if it comes between an officer leaving this community and going somewhere else or quitting, then I entertain it. So I would rather see good officers stay in this community rather than leave this community and go to work somewhere else and we need them right here. Plus I had an open position, so hey, that's what that's it. I want to say that publicly out there. I do not recruit people from the National Police Department. I know you're looking at me funny, Scott, but I just need that to be understood. So I know I put that out there so I give y'all a chance to do whatever y'all can do with them first.
I'd like you to get all four of them done.
So, okay, all right, you want me to go through all of them?
Yes.
Okay, well, the next one, now if y'all want me to break this stuff down and not waste time, I can, but everything I'm doing, one thing that we do first is we contact the county administrator and we make sure that everything's within our budget. We make sure we're doing everything right in order fashion. So everything I have on presenting day is already signed and been communicated, so I'm not asking anything outside of my budget. The next one is gonna be a rehire, Tommy Nichols, at $23 an hour, He coming back, yes, he is, he's coming back, so those are my two hire and rehire. You want me to keep going, Mr.
Yes.
President?
Uh-huh.
All right, we're restructuring some things within the sheriff office. This individual here, not only is he over CID now, he's over forensic, and he's over SRT, and he is a part of IT, and he helps the county a ton with all your 911 stuff. I felt like that needed to be compensated, so I decided to move him up to a major position, and I'm using funding within my budget that the county administrator, my chief, and myself have already found within the budget to do it. And that amount, that's Rustin Calvin, and I'm moving him up to major, and that's $29.77 an hour. And keep in mind, he was an investigator, but he's took on a lot of other major roles. Okay, moving forward. Because of the 30% increase in inmates now as well, I'm having to shift gears on how I transport and deal with a lot of stuff. I don't know if you guys, when y'all here, look across that street when those guys are hauling all those people back and forth, but now that the AG's issued a different opinion and the county attorney and the county administrator has this opinion, it's caused a 30% increase in the amount of inmates that we're housing and dealing with here at the sheriff's office. Because the AG turned and said that she changed her mind, and I'm not using her words, I'm paraphrasing. At first, they were saying that they didn't have to come to the sheriff's office until they was indicted. Now that has moved back to when they're bound over from city to the county. So that has changed the amount of inmates we're having to keep, and it has changed the transportation of them when it comes to court, medical, attorney hearings, whatever we gotta take it to. So with that being said, I had to shift some personnel around and move some more money around to make this thing work and get me, create a transport division over here. And that's what Charles Clemens comes in. Moving him from the jail side to the patrol side within my budget. And the hourly rate will be $24.88. Because I'm telling you, it is a liability. And I also need y'all to know that two things is the number is definitely increasing over here again at the sheriff's office. And I need y'all to know that. I need y'all to know that they won't, and I love my people in Concordia. They have been great, but we gotta get to the point where we deal with our own. They're no longer keeping the mental health people, and now they do no longer keep people who have issues with controlled substance. And we know that's a lot of people who don't have it. That's a lot of people that go to jail who have issues with controlled substances. So I'm not throwing anybody else on the bus. I'm just making my board aware because this is the board that I swore over to work with. And I really appreciate what they're doing over there in Concordia. They saved us at a time when we needed saving, and we still need that help now. But I need y'all to know this moving forward as y'all make decisions. So that's Charles Clemens at $24.88, and that's within my budget. And that's all I have as far as that goes.
You heard the request?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Gaines. Second by Mr. Gray. Any discussion? All in favor? Any nays? Motion carries.
Thank you all. The last thing I need to bring up to you all's attention is both city and county did an outstanding job when it was presented about safe neighborhoods in Adams County. The city actually helped her thing. And I just want to read off some stuff and make you all aware of some stuff with safe neighborhoods, because you know safe neighborhoods are key. But last night, our Project Safe Neighborhood initiative has been highly successful. 2,000 man out, 48 narcotics arrests, 14 weapon violations, and 22 deputies participating. Even with these results, gun violence spiked again within just 7 days of the program suspension. 7 days after we ended Project Safe Neighborhood. And this is part of the reason why I'm moving personnel around to kind of counteract this within the sheriff's office. And I appreciate y'all knowing what y'all just did. But I need y'all to know this. We have unspent funds from the original 80,000 that was allocated. And I'm requesting you all to decide whether you all want to request an authorization to use any remaining funds that are left to do some more safe neighborhoods. In summary, some of these changes did not increase our budget, but we repurposed them. And let me see something here. I'm trying to find the exact date when that shooting happened in Holiday Apartment, but I know it was like 2 days after Safe Neighborhoods ended. I'm saying your funds and what you all have done did not go unnoticed. It curbed a lot of stuff, and I know that stuff that's not sustainable forever, but I did want you all to know that Safe Neighborhoods had an impact. So as you all moving forward, looking at funding and things, I really want you all to just reconsider whether y'all want to allocate some more funds to that, we can do some more targeted areas, because when the law enforcement kind of went in and went back to business as normal, so did the criminals. That's all I have.
You didn't tell us how much money was left in that.
I don't know if any is left in there. I think I had ARPA funds mixed up with Safe Neighborhoods.
Yeah,
Being
Shane
transparent.
and I will get together on that, he kept a track of how much they spent.
Yeah.
Chief,
Okay.
I'll get with them.
Mr. President,
Yes.
Sheriff, I sent you a picture of a truck in a neighborhood, and that guy calls me or texts me pretty much every day. And, it's on the corner of, I think it was Cottage and Second Street. about trying to get them removed?
Caution and Second Street,
Cottage.
same.
Cottage and
Cottage.
Second Street, Cottage and Second Street, I went through there, he called our office, Mr. Gray, last week, resident here that lives on the corner there.
Right.
And he called, I went through there 2 days last week, I didn't see it, but
Yeah,
now
I
it
got
was,
the picture
it was
of it. I
daytime,
seen it.
okay, but it was daytime, so he was gone.
Is
I think it's
the
happening
guy who
tonight.
live on Morgan?
I don't know what-
It doesn't matter though, then we put signs out there, then the supervisor put signs out there, no parking.
We did that on Redwood, but this is on
Redwood.
Cottage and Second Street. This, and parking over there by the school somewhere, isn't it, Mr. Gray?
It's almost at that corner, he about 50 feet from Second Street.
Oh, that towards.
Attorney Slover, do we have a county ordinance that you can send me on it? In reference to
We have a
that?
weight limit, though.
That's what I'm saying, if
We
you,
did.
on the 18 wheelers.
Yeah, it depends on per road.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking for, so I can properly enforce it, cause I don't wanna violate anybody's right, but if we can get together, and you send me the orders on it, I'll be more than happy to.
Wherever postings say.
I'll have to give an engineer to get what the weight limit is, too.
But in the meantime, I will go out there and ask them to move it though. And I do wanna, I forgot to mention this, I want you all to know that we're now averaging 53 inmates a month up here again. And closer to, and moving on to the upper seven, getting on up towards 70, so I wanted you all to know that. So, anyway, just wanted to bring that to y'all. Y'all have any other questions?
I got one more question.
Yes, sir.
Scott, maybe you can help me with this. I ran across one of the attorneys that have to go across the river to deal with their clients. And they say they have a problem with that. So is anybody over there that we can contact to make that easier for them to see the people that they need to see?
I will, ask our contact with the sheriff's office over there for a contact there.
Yeah.
Scott, Supervisor Brady, he don't have to do that. We've told the attorneys on several occasions, if they give us a notice, we'll transport them back over here so they can meet their clients over here. All they have to do is answer their phone, or pick up their phone and call them.
Yeah.
So
And
you
sheriff
gonna
office.
get them?
We do that, the judges wrote an order for us to do that.
But do they know that?
You talking about families or attorneys?
I'm talking about the
I'm
attorneys.
talking about the attorneys.
I'm talking about the
Oh,
attorneys.
okay.
Yes, they know it, Supervisor Gray, because it came from the group of attorneys who work for the county.
But I'm gonna put a memorandum together, and it'll spell that out. You can either request,
Yeah.
we'll transport it down, or if you make this call, they have space available, because they have the same issue that every jail has, and that's you've got to allow attorneys to meet, so.
Can't be
it's-
no last minute thing, that's what I'm saying.
All we ask for is a day's notice. If they come in tomorrow, just say, hey, I'll be down there tomorrow at 9, can y'all have such and such over?
When I've done last minute meetings, the jails have always accommodated,
done it.
from this jail to that jail to
It
the.
doesn't matter. That's why
To
we,
Gore Civic, they all have said, well, we will, and they've always accommodated, because they kind of know you really need to accommodate for the attorney. I mean,
and we do that. We hadn't turned one single person down on bringing an inmate over, but.
they may have to wait 20 or 30 minutes, but especially if you catch them around eating time, but they'll accommodate.
Well, y'all can have it.
I told that individual that too. I told that individual, and Supervisor Middleton and Supervisor Wilson, I do want y'all to know one thing that the Civic group is hard and heavy on, and they gonna bring it to y'all, is that bridge that's out down there,
York Road.
they are harping heavily on whether that bridge is gonna be fixed or not, and I couldn't answer that.
Should have asked Mr. Ford, we had the funding 3 years ago.
Put a box cover in down there, but.
I mean, that one, we're not even waiting on right away. Burke Road was approved a year before York Road.
Well, I know that was a hot topic down there. and I
The
couldn't
state
answer
shut it down. I mean, our hands are tied. Now they're in shutdown, we can't do anything.
Well, one of y'all might wanna call Mr. Perry then, since he seemed to be the unofficial president of Silver down there. It's just tell me.
Joe Perry?
Yes. If you give him a call, let him know I mentioned this, I'm sure he would appreciate it, because that was about a 30-minute topic down there with the bridge. So,
The right way we're trying to get.
They're on the right of way.
they're saying if a tree fall down there, they're saying if a tree fall, they travel until the county clears, and there's no other way out because that bridge is out, so it's a hot topic.
Sheriff,
Yes,
I'm gonna throw something back at you.
come on.
come next year, I would love to see you start back with the rodeo. We have had, a lot of exposure. I didn't make it this weekend, cause I was out of town, but they had Southeastern Circuit. They said they had a really great time. They had, the Wild West Show with Robert Thomas. He put that on. He said he's the one that do the rodeos at Angola. He's talking about bringing a IPRA and everybody that come there.
I don't know about road, what is the IPRA?
That's a rodeo association.
Okay.
Yeah, and, they want, everybody has been, praising the facility, the upgrades in it, saying how nice it is, and, you got so many people that say, the Southeastern Circuit, guy said, hey, he's gonna book it back for the third annual, and you started with a nice, the Wayne Rab Memorial, come with that, and I would love to see if everybody else use our facility and talk about how nice it is and come back. I would love to see you start it back. Just put it on your mind.
You know what I just asked the county administrator the other day? I asked her, would she consider looking for funding to continue to improve that arena, to get covering and everything? I just asked her that, so regardless of that, we were already planning on doing it next year anyway, and I had to talk to you one-on-one about what happened.
I guess, all right, I just wanted to
Next
bring
year
it.
though, we're gonna do it, but I literally just talked to the county administrator last week about funding to do some coverage and other things to improve because of the use and all the stuff that's going on in the community. Like, we just had that talk last week.
Okay, I just wanted to throw it across your mind, cause like I said,
It's all right.
I wasn't even in town, I was somewhere else, and, you know, folks were calling on the phone, saying, oh, we ain't been to that facility, it has been tremendously updated, it was praising it. Everybody who book it, they come back, they wanna come back, and it's nice, and I just figured we have a nice sheriff rodeo, and if it's nice enough for all these professional folks to have rodeo live with.
I'm gonna tell you something else I did last Friday. I actually met with a rodeo promoter. It wasn't him, but I met with a rodeo promoter last Friday for lunch about having the sheriff rodeo out there next year.
Okay.
So we're on the same page. We ain't
Right.
talking, but we're on the same page.
All right, yeah, thank you.
Anybody else? Thank you all.
Mr. President. The young man sitting back there.
Okay, if he wants to get up and speak, he's welcome to get up and speak. Now, this is actually, because I just met myself.
I'm your new airport director.
Oh, okay.
I just came to see you all's gonna approve all the funding we're gonna need out there. Real good. So I'll be starting in mid-December, I think we agreed upon. I'm working for the Federal Aviation Administration right now. I retired December 13 and started with y'all on the 14th.
Have you been laid off too?
I am still working, and I'm working for y'all too, so I guess I'm two jobs I'm not getting paid for.
We like those kind of guys.
I don't know what's coming up with the, I know there had to be some changes with, FFA, we doing it, but I know, we do have a election coming up there on November 4th.
Okay.
They do have a whole election out there, so you pretty much know it, and I mean, we'll get into that, looking into, probably if we need to change facilities. I know after they said the airport come in, it might be different on that, I don't know. And, but I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention. I know you did, and I know that's what, a couple of weeks out, and, that's important, so we definitely can't change it.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah, we can't change the vote this week.
I'll get with, Larry and make sure everything's ready.
Okay, all right.
That's all. Any questions?
Congratulations and thank you. I know this is a big step down for you, but it'll be a great step up for us.
This is a big step up for me.
Yeah.
I get to be home now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to working with you.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Well,
Appreciate it.
Okay, public comments. What?
Good afternoon, morning, Mr. President and Board, and, got a call from Mr. Gray concerning the Boys and Girls Club, and that y'all were wanting to know where did it stand. And at that time that I got the call, I didn't know myself. The Boys and Girls Club of Southwest Mississippi, their board don't meet in summer, June and July. So at their meeting in August, they supposed to have decided whether they were going to officially pursue, leading us and getting the club back to Natchez. Well, after August, I didn't get a call. After September, I didn't get a call, so I started making calls. And eventually, got in contact with Mr. McGuire of Boys and Girls Club of America. I think he and Mr. Pittman of Boys and Girls Club of Southwest Mississippi met with Mr. Gray and Mr. Gaines, I think. And then they meet y'all about possibly.
So the meeting we had over there?
No, we have a meeting down here at the hotel.
Yeah.
That's the only meeting I came up to. Yeah.
That's the only one I've been to.
Yeah, and at that time, they were pursuing, trying to get the club going by December, because there was a availability of funds that needed the decision to be made by December. Well, however, eventually I got in contact with Mr. McGuire to find out what happened, and the Boys and Girls Club of Southwest Mississippi decided that they didn't have enough staff to help us to start a Boys and Girls Club here in Natchez. So they reached out to the Boys and Girls Club of Central Mississippi, who is a larger club. They have at least 4 units, I think at least 2 in Jackson, 2 in Hazelhurst, and they were better staffed to help us. So eventually I just found that out. So I went to Jackson last week to meet with the CEO. Well, first I called them, and they did tell me that that was the case. So they're coming Friday to look at a different school site. The previous site was the abandoned school, Robert Lewis, but they're coming to look at Morgantown Middle School. I suggested them do that at a school that's already functioning. And so all of the building, everything will be in place as far as what might need to be done. But they're coming Friday, and I requested, well, I asked, could representative from either one, at least one, come and be at that meeting from 12 o'clock, at 12 o'clock Friday. And hopefully you can, because if they're looking forward to bringing the club back. They've been told that the city and county has agreed to support it the best way they can. Because that was before they got involved, so they're still looking for that support. So if someone can, at least one of you guys can show up Friday at 12, the superintendent has scheduled that meeting for them to come and look at the school and talk with them about having a club at that school. If that being the case, it'll be early next year, possibly, according to the CEO, Ms. Jackson let me know. So, don't know where y'all would stand now, that there's a different request for the same Boys and Girls Club of America. But they would need to know soon, after the meeting, not directly after the meeting, but first they'll have to make a decision to move forward and decide if they're gonna do what Southwest Boys and Girls Club out of Macomb were able to do. And their staff and actually well able to do it, just gotta make that decision, and then they get the funding that will be possibly coming in. So I have given the CEO, the president's card to Mr. Gray, and I'll give it to the president here too. Y'all wanna contact her before Friday or after Friday? But right now, I don't know anything yet. They're coming with the president and several board
Who's
members.
this been on this? Ricky already got one?
Yeah, I gave them
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Some others may want to know, you may have some questions for them.
All right.
Hopefully you can have.
I see where it really changes
Yeah, we're changing.
what we're doing, what you're trying to do.
Yeah, you know, it's the one out of Jackson instead of Macomb, so
Yeah.
it's still the same situation. They're trying to move fast, so just need time to be ready to present or be able to address that. What you may be able to. Any questions, any other questions? About the
Appreciate it.
Boys and Girls Club?
Appreciate you waiting that long.
Oh, no problem. Bus driver, so
All right.
I get a big.
All right, any more public comments? around the table. Mr. Gray?
Yes, sir, Mr. President. I just want to say that I did attend the homecoming at Natchez High. I wasn't here for the parade because we was out at a conference, but that seemed like it's one of the biggest events now in the city of Natchez. And I just want to thank the school district and the sheriff department and the police department and the Vidalia Police Department and the highway patrolman. And anytime you're gonna get those many people together in the same place, you need a plan. And I think the plan that whoever came up with that plan was a very successful plan, and I commend them for it. Now I'm finna start on what happened in Leland and Hollenberg. I don't know what happened. I know some people got killed at the homecoming, and my sympathy goes out to those families in Leland and Hollenberg, and there's one other county, something else happened. And I did go to Alcorn for the parade. I didn't for the game. I didn't stay for the game. I stayed for the parade and left after the parade and got that call that they had a shooting up there and somebody got killed. My sympathy goes out to that family. And then I got a call say somebody got shot at the LSU game. So I don't know what's going on in this country with all these shootings in public places and endangering all these people. I don't know what's going on, but I know one thing. We sure need some prayer. Next balloon festival, this was the second most important one to me, because 2 years ago, one of those balloons landed in my mama's backyard. And everything went fine with it because she had a nice sized backyard. So I was on my way home and I saw this balloon in the air and it was over by Sadie Thompson. I'm like, "Yo, this thing getting mighty low." That balloon landed on Daisy Street. So the dude say the wind had it to the point where he didn't have control of the way he landed, so it ended up on Daisy Street. Thank God everything went straight and nobody was injured or nothing like that. And I noticed where Miss Mimi Miller got an award, the first Ben Brook Award for Distinguished Public Servant. And I think the mayor, whoever gave Tate Hobby the Steckler Award. You gonna handle the proclamation here?
You go ahead with it.
Scott, what kind of information you gonna need? Miss Cassie Ellery will be turning 100 years old, I think on the 31st, and her son is recommending a proclamation or something from the county. So the day is the 20th, so we got about 9 or 10 more days to get that proclamation together where we can get it to that family. His mom turning 100 years old.
Let me make a motion I wanna make a motion to present Ms. Kathy Elder with a proclamation.
Second.
Motion by Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Gray. All in favor? All opposed?
Get it in a time manner where we can get all our signatures on that proclamation.
Yeah, what I'll do is email you and,
Well, either one of us.
I email both of y'all and Corvette with just questions that we normally put in the resolution that way.
If you email the question, then I forward it to her son, he can give you the answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cassie Elder,
Yeah. I don't know, man, I was talking to a cousin of mine, she came down for the Jackson State homecoming, and she was saying that the owner of the Atlanta Falcons committed $50 million to 4 Atlanta HBCU schools. $50 million. That's a lot of money. I just want to say this. I've been around here a long time, and one thing we never allowed what happened on the federal level to kind of affect what's going on the local level. And it seems like to me now, a lot of federal stuff is hitting our community. I think we got a lot of positive stuff going on if we keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is do what's best for Natchez and Adams County and let the federal people or other communities do what's best for their community. Because if it continue to go like it's gonna be some problems. And we got too many positive things going on, but mess up all this positive stuff we got going on in this community. Last, my sympathy goes out to the Miller family, the Washington family, the Tyler family. Y'all know the list getting longer and longer. These people are leaving here. The Smith family, the Brown family, the Lee family, the Butler family, the Richardson family, the Pollard family, the White, the Donald, and the Bird family. And, you know, I know a lot of these people, and to get to the point where I got to decide who I'm gonna support, because they had 5 Saturday and I went to 2. I wanna welcome the airport director, and I think, I don't know you, but I heard good things about you, and I think you're ready to take our airport to another level, and I'm just wanna, again, welcome you to Natchez and Adams County, and I think you're gonna do a great job. Les, I think that's it for me. That concludes my report.
Ms. Hutchins, are you still online? Do you have anything?
I don't have much. The only thing I like to do is, I'm not there to see, airport director, but I do like to welcome him, and, can't wait to get a chance to meet him, like, Supervisor Ray, I have heard a lot of good things about you, and I know you'll take our airport to the next level. So welcome aboard, and anything that we could do to help you, we're here to do that. The other thing that I have is for Robbie. Is he still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Robbie,
Yes, ma'am.
the list that I, gave you from the neighborhood watch meetings on
Correct.
all the EWP projects, have you gone out to visit them?
Correct. The ones I did and Tim did, went out and met with every one of them, got pictures, what information we need as far as every address that we got, in the meeting.
Okay, that's right. Give me a, once you get everything and see if those qualify and everything, give me an update on them and let me know.
I will.
Another thing is, I just got one a few minutes ago. If you can go out and look at it, it's at 6 Kirby, West Kirby. Go out and look at it. They said they have some erosion problem.
6 West Kirby?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will also forward you the phone number for them
Okay.
and the name.
Okay.
That's all I have, President, Millicent.
Vice President. President's back now.
Thank you, Angela.
All right, thank you.
Supervisor Gaines.
Yeah, don't really have a lot. I just know my heart, my sympathy goes out to all the innocent people who lost their lives, and, you know, that last week was really, really, traumatizing, and it's just really, really, it's nerve-wracking when you send your kids to school, or you send your family to somewhere supposed to be safe, and, you know, people shooting and stuff like that, and I don't understand, but it's the time, and we actually live in them, so, you know, I heard Supervisor, Milton say this a few meetings ago, and we do have to be careful, because our country, regardless if we look at it or not, it has been divided more than it's ever been lately. And we just, have to be really, really careful to, you know, make sure we try to do the right thing, because stuff trickle down here. and it actually trickles down here sometime, and, I just try to hold myself accountable for the position that I'm in. I'm not responsible for anybody, nobody's responsible for me, but we definitely got, potential, a whole lot of potential for positive things to happen for Adams County. Within the last month, I've been to a few meetings. We have really good possibilities, and I wish, hope that we can just continue to move forward. And no doubt in my mind, it's not that we are not gonna have difference in opinions. It's not that, everybody's gonna do the same thing, but I hope that in the end, we can move Adams County forward. And that's just the positive thing, because without diversity, things will go one way. So it's good to have people with different minds, but it's really important to also think back about what's gonna happen for the community as a whole. And, my prayers go out to everybody that lost theirs, and, thank God that we had a bunch of major events, and we only had minor, incidents. Thank God we didn't have anybody, having a mass shooting at our events that we had with the tent city, the balloon race, everything came in, so that's just a blessing within itself that we didn't have to make the news in a negative way. And I yield the floor, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr.
Mr.
James.
President, could you back up for 1 second?
You have your chance.
Alright.
No, I'm just kidding.
Y'all don't know, but Connie Clayton, I used to work with her at the city, and she married to Archie Clayton. The mom and dad is in my district, and they live in Arkansas, and their daughter was missing. And I just read what the sheriff put on here, that their daughter has been, located and she's safe in West Memphis, so, it's their youngest daughter, Brittany.
What's she?
She been missing.
She kidnapped her? How old is she?
I don't know. She grown. I don't know what happened, but thank God they found her and she's safe. That's what I wanted to mention, and thank you for that update, Sheriff. I don't really use, go on Facebook that much, but for some reason when you post something, it pops in my thing and I get the opportunity to read it, but I'm not a Facebook man, cause I don't deal with Facebook, but thank you for the update.
Mr. Middleton.
Yes, sir. Ms. Hutchins brought up those EWPs. I want to ask Mr. Dollar again, moving forward, any EWPs that come before the board, can we have those?
Private, well,
Yes.
or road.
I just need to know, correct.
You had that, but yeah.
Yeah, I want to know, I mean, coming here, not you, but we come here and it's EWP group number 6723, and what is it? Just when we come, and they apply and it comes to the board to vote on it, I need to know what's on public property and what's on private property.
Okay.
Please, sir.
Okay.
Second, I want to congratulate Tate Hobby on receiving the Steckler Award. Like Supervisor Gray said, Tate's my commissioner on the airport commission, and that award goes out to somebody who donates tremendous time and efforts to that organization, and it takes a lot of volunteers to get that balloon race off the ground. It does a lot for our city, and there's been a lot of good people in the past who've won it, and Tate does a lot, and congratulations to him. Also, I want to welcome Mr. Beasley. Him and his wife came to visit, how many years ago?
Oh, it's been 3.5 years.
And ended up staying and buying a house in Natchez. So he's one of those Natchezians, they say.
Yes.
But I think you're a godsend for what we're doing right now and timing for our airport, and your experience and your prior employment with the FAA. I think our airport's will take a new direction, and on your leadership, and I appreciate it. Welcome you here. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Ms. Dean.
Mary Kay could not be here today, so she asked me to submit the subcontracting agreement for Martin Kemp to come back. He's the one that takes care of doing the drug testing for the juveniles over there, and so his contract is starting today, and will go through September the 30th. of next year.
Okay, need a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Middleton,
Second.
second by Mr. Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor? Any nays? Motion carries.
And, the final cost certification, on Supervisor Middleton's applicant, Presgrove, is finished. He signed it and it just needs to be spread across the minutes.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Middleton, second by Mr. Gray. Any discussion? All in favor? Any nays? Motion carries.
That's not anything yet. That's not yet.
Oh, you're done? Okay, go ahead, Randy, I'm sorry.
No problem. I just need to have the fourth quarter commitment report for, our regional office, spread across the minutes, please.
Moved by Mr. Gaines, second by Mr. Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor? Any nays? Motion carries.
So you can have spread across the minutes, that we made the publication for our 2023 audit in the newspaper, and we did receive proof of publication back, so you can have that spread across the minutes.
Okay. Moved by Mr. Middleton.
So moved.
Mr. Gaines, I'm sorry. Second by Mr. Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor? Any nays? Motion carries.
And I'll make you good to hear right now, but I'll let Sharon know too. We did get the proclamation from the governor about the holidays for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. And, the governor declared for Thanksgiving, it will be Thursday the 27th as well as Friday the 28th. For Christmas, it will be Thursday the 25th and Friday the 26th. And then for New Year's, it is Thursday, January the 1st, and Friday, January the 2nd. And I'll forward that one to Sharon, so that's all I have.
A whole bunch of days on, okay, thank you. Mr. Slow.
Another thing about Tate, it was his 10th wedding anniversary too, that he had set up with his wife to have a flying hot air balloon, but he had heard that, hey, this Abby's as much part of Tate and doing all their things as not, they'd heard that Jennifer, my wife, had always wanted to fly a hot air balloon, and so she went down, and that was her first flight, so it was a thrill for her, but that's the kind of people that Tate and Abby are when it comes to flying. They're trying to get people to do all that type of stuff, and those are real big thrills, so great weekend for.
That ain't the one laying on Davis Street, is it?
The airport liability insurance, not their health insurance, was getting merged into our own. We had a restriction into our insurance, and they're taking off that restriction to include that airport property. And that's going to be a good thing, according to our insurance agent. But because we're switching insurance, we'll have to get hotel insurance that covers us from prior years. We could go 1, 2 to 3 years, or I always recommend going 3 years, so that covers virtually all your statute of limitations of realistic losses that you can do. I believe the amount was about $22,000. Yeah, it's pretty, it's like half of what your normal is. So I'd ask the board to approve that health coverage.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Miller, second by Mr. Gaines. Any discussion?
That is 27,000, that's what you sent in the email.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All in favor? Any nays? Motion carried.
Other three things I want to handle in executive session.
Okay. Ms. Collins?
So, semi-annually, the airport has to provide a report, to the government for the small business airport grant that we receive, our progress if we've had any, which it's the same report basically about the last, we were about where we were the last semi-annual report. So I just need to spread across the minutes that we submitted that to, I think it was NDA. I think it's who else grant. I'll look it up real quick, but I just need to spread that across the minutes.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Middleton. Second by Mr. Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor? Any nays? Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Then I need to make a budget amendment. The road department out a mini cat, which you call it a skid steer. We had budgeted 120, but I think there was maybe one other little kind of they put on it, and it ended up being $133,460. So I'm moving $13,460 from heavy equipment to other mobile equipment to cover the difference for this.
I heard the request. Moved by Ms. Gaines, second by Mr. Middleton.
Item's motion is vote to amend the budget and to transfer monies.
No, just amend the
Just amend,
budget.
okay.
Just amend the budget. The road courthouse has to go in.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carries.
And then I don't know if I needed to do this or not, but I went ahead and put it on paper. This is the transfer for the opioids funds to the juvenile drug court reserve, family drug court reserve, and the adult drug court fund. $100,000 y'all approved at the last meeting.
Do we need, you spreading that across the minutes? Okay. Heard the request. Moved by Ms. Gaines, second by Mr. Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Question.
Any nays?
Just a question, just for my own purpose. If we approve something through our minutes, and then you still have to come back and spread across the minutes again, I'm just,
So
I need clarification on that.
if you first try to amend permission to spend the money, and then sometimes you have to then make the funds have to move the money over to do it. And she does it, and as they all do on her form, that basically is what state audit approves as a form to be done. So she could have approved something at the meeting, or gotten your permission for something, but we haven't done a form yet, and so this is the actual form that's.
So we approved it.
See, y'all
Yes.
approved it, but I just didn't have a form.
Yeah, I was just, you know what I'm saying, I was just being clear, cause I know you,
Well, that's why I asked too, because I didn't know.
and that's right, and that's the right thing to do, is, do it again, but I just thought, in my mind, I remember we just approved it at the last meeting, and I was saying like, well, do we have to come back and approve it again? But I understand.
It's not on the form, then.
Yeah, that's it.
Those judges are very happy about it.
Yeah.
They're not gonna call me in a week.
I ain't thought so.
We'll see next time in front of them.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Motion carried.
Okay, so the other item I have is the pool. I did go back and talk to Mr. Blankenstein, and we don't have to cover the pool. We basically have to keep the water level where it should be for the pumps to run and make sure the chlorine levels or chemical levels are good. So I'm proposing that, Johnny goes by there every day, that he can go by there Monday, Wednesday, Friday, check the water level, check the chemicals, and, we keep, let the pool pump run through the winter. And then any trash that's in there, like we have I don't know what y'all call it, a Polaris that goes around, and we can put that in to clean up any debris that's on the bottom of the pool if needed to.
So, question, with what you're proposing, have, the city been notified, and I know, well, I'm pretty much sure the city probably been notified, but have everybody talk to the staff that's working on that?
No, I wanted to get your approval before I did that,
Right.
and so I have talked to the mayor, and the
Right.
mayor's on board.
Yeah, I figured that would be that kind of area, some stuff would happen over there, and that kind of stuff come down here, but I just kind of, I just wonder, with the staff, I mean, just me personally, I always like to see what's done. I don't like to make pre-decision on what we think will be done with the people who work in there, and I understand the point of saving money, but I just always like, before I make a decision to cut the job out for over the one, to see exactly what they do, and I think that's just my own opinion. If we hadn't talked to those folks to see exactly what's going on, then I mean, I don't know, but I just want to know after you talk to them, but I hear the floor.
Let me say this. I've been dealing with that pool since day one. And to me, that's a short-term plan, but the long-term plan always been to make it out an auditorium and cover that pool where we can operate that pool all year round. And if I'm gonna do anything, I would like to see the young lady out there work with you and work with the net and try to find some funding to cover that pool before we decide to move on from somebody that's already running the pool. That's just my opinion. Cause just like that award we got over there, if you look at it, at the bottom of that thing, one of the requests on that from the NAACP was to help find some funding to make that out of natatorium instead of what it is now. And I would like to see, me personally, with you and the net or whoever else from Southwest Planning, to come up with some kind of plan to where we can utilize the pool year round. I don't like it. As of right now, I hear what he's saying, and I know what he's saying because that conversation was had to me because the mayor and them had a little squash out there, and he figured like he brought it up, but I don't react to stuff like that, and I'm not gonna start now.
Well, I would respect, this was kind of my plan anyway, because if nobody's swimming in the pool, there's no reason to have anybody there. We're gonna renotize the building, we're gonna flush all the pipes, so that we won't have any burst pipes like we did last year. But this is a business decision on my part, this isn't personal. Y'all want me to be a business person, and that's what I'm trying to do. We can save money if we turn that full-time employee into seasonal, because there's nothing for her to do really now. She's just sitting out there. The pool is technically closed. But to your point, I do agree. We do need to go see about funds to get it covered where it can be used 24 hours a day. But in the state it is right now, we don't have any options. It's closed.
So that individual can't be working toward trying to find money to cover the pool?
That's not a 40-hour a week job.
I mean, maybe more than that. We ain't had no success in doing it yet.
That's for a grant writer or something, because we got to come up with a lot of money to do that.
At the end of the day, we still gonna have to go back and hire somebody to do the exact same thing this young lady doing. If we do succeed in getting the funding,
I think what's on the table here is if you want to keep paying somebody for 6 more months for doing nothing.
Two people.
Two people, okay. Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Not two.
It is seasonal for now.
So,
Is that a request, or you just telling the foot push?
Well, I guess, I'm making a request that we, make the full-time position of the pool director seasonal. We no longer need Mr. Rappy, Mr. Queen, we'll have that covered over the winter. I already talked to Johnny, and he, like I said, he drives by there every day, so he can put his eyes on the pool as needed. And, regroup in January and I'll be with Lynette, start looking for some grants or funds to try to cover it. But it would save the county and the city money if we didn't have people, those two employees at the pool when it's not necessary for the winter and to get to spring.
So you talk to her and find out when the pool closed, what do she actually be doing? Have you discussed it with her?
There's nothing to do with
I'm
it.
just asking, have you discussed it?
I have not asked her, but I didn't want to go ask her until I had permission from.
No, you asking her to terminate, you asking us to terminate her. I'm asking, have you discussed with her what she be doing while the pool is closed? You say she ain't doing nothing. I don't know what she doing. That's all I ask. I can't vote to terminate somebody and I don't even know what they're doing.
And if it's feasible, that's fine. I just feel like this, my thing, I don't have a problem with it if ain't nothing to do, but I do have a problem with terminating folks, without even bringing them in and have a portion. I mean, talking to them to see what's going on. If it's seasonal and you saving the kind of money, yeah, but I don't believe in just coming up terminating folks without even having a question about, having to talk to them. That's just me.
Okay, well, we can go let's carry this conversation into executive
I think
session.
we're going to do that,
Thank
close
you.
determinant. Go ahead, Ms. Hutchins.
Okay, we're going to close determination, so I'll hold.
Yeah, okay. All right, you got anything else?
I do. I attended the court meeting last Wednesday, and I didn't know until I got there that BASF was there. They are very unhappy. Nothing has been done since our May meeting. It has gone downhill. We are about to lose half of our revenues because they no longer want our staff to be responsible for packaging and loading their product to go to customers.
The board.
This is the port. So now they want to just rent space, I think 175,000 square feet, to put their products in. They want to know a number for what the court would release it for. And they're putting a time frame on it. They want it done as fast as possible. Just got an email from the attorney from the ASL, and the port director communicated that he could let them know square footage amount by November the 14th. That does not work for their time frame. This is just calculating a square footage amount per square foot for the warehouse they want to use. So I'm just bringing it to supervisor's attention.
I got the email from the lawyer too, they're not very happy.
And Eugene, I can't pronounce his last name, but he's over this facility, and his patients are very thin, and they're ready to pull out, and I don't want to see that happen.
Well, you know what I don't wanna see happen? I don't wanna see us continue to discuss port business when we got a director and commissioners out there, and that's the way that's supposed to go. In my book, that's the way that's supposed to go. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way it's supposed to go.
I think we're going to carry this in the executive session as well. Just getting out of hand.
Right now, yeah, it's definitely, it's gonna get out, man.
Any problem with that, Scott?
We'll have to close determination to see if it qualifies or not.
Okay.
The other items that I have is for close determination.
Okay.
I ain't gonna get on that.
This is a form that, this is a form from the Mississippi State, University Extension. They had asked that, we appropriate $10,000 to a new employee, and the description would be, it's an extension agent and family and consumer scientist who provides non-formal education to individuals and families to improve their quality of life by teaching research-based skills and knowledge in areas of nutrition, financial management, parenting, child development, health, and home economics. These agents develop educational programs based on community needs, collaborated with organizations, and work to build resources for families and communities. I can't remember if I brought this up or not, but it is in the budget. It's $10,000 for a year to go towards the salaries.
Is it a grant or?
Yeah, it's like an appropriation.
City extension office.
It brought me up for that. He told me, it came up last time. I don't know if I remember.
So this is in the budget.
Yeah, it came up last time, I remember it.
What's this for? What's this for?
Cause we had told him to bring it back for the budget, he came early.
What's the title? The extension office?
Yes, FCS Extension Agent.
I guess he's gonna,
He's gonna report to Mr. Jones,
James.
Yeah, it's,
Jason Jones.
we paying a portion of the salary, some
A portion, and this is a portion.
we only paying a portion, cause there's somebody else paying 3/4 of the salary, we paying $10,000, I remember.
This is gonna be a continuing thing every year. We don't like it. Well, we don't like it when we get a grant to do something and then later on we absorb an employee into the budget that we can't afford. And I don't know if that's what this is. Is that what it is?
Probably, we have the annual increase You get nothing that tells you you can't cut it off anymore, because it's appropriate.
It's appropriations, yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Go ahead, Angela.
Okay, he said this is an appropriation, or is this a grant that we, giving $10,000 to every year?
It's
This is
more
not-
appropriation.
Evidently, they might have gotten funding from some other source, and they need us to chip in $10,000.
You think we need to find
Okay,
it
so
out?
if they grant, if they grant goes out, then our appropriation goes away.
I didn't.
If the grant goes away, our appropriation goes away, we don't hire that individual.
She's talking about their funding sources.
That's what you're saying, Angela?
Yes, because I think that's what we put in place, if grants go away, then our funding go away.
So she's saying if we do this, then if that, appropriation goes away, we're not gonna pick that up. We're not gonna add an extra employee to the county.
They're not funding employee, you're appropriating $10,000, and it's probably gonna be renewed, or requested to be renewed, I should say, because of the discretion of the board. But it's not anything more than that.
But we won't be, if something happens, the grant go away, we will not be responsible for hiring an employee, then it'll go away.
That's what I'm saying, we won't be responsible for hiring an employee or appropriating that $10,000.
Yeah.
Okay, and the new person will be under,
Under Mr. Jones.
okay.
My client is.
James, Jason Jones?
Jason.
Oh, we don't.
Okay, you heard the request,
So,
moved by Mr. Gaines. Second by Mr. Middleton. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any nays? Motion carries.
Statute.
Is that all, Ms. Khan? Okay. We've got a letter from, Judge Carmen Brooks in the Circuit Court of Adams County, Mississippi, in reference in order to draw jurors from the November 25th special court term. It is hereby ordered that this circuit clerk lawfully select names from the list of registered voters in Adams County, some name in the manner provided by law to serve as jurors in the said term of the court for the following week as listed below. Draw 1,000 jurors for November the 19th. The jurors shall be notified to appear the following day, commencing November 19th, 2025, unless ordered otherwise by the court. So ordered this 15th day of October of 25.
1,000.
I think they asked for 1,000, they might get 100. We need to spread this across minutes.
no,
That's not.
Okay, Robbie, the gentlemen that were in here earlier about the mods, prisons, stuff, they went out to the site, the 40 acres out there or so, and, the grass is like 5 feet high. It is county property now, but
No.
No, it's
No.
not.
I was told it was, and then it isn't.
Well, I say that, is it?
I thought it was.
It is, you
Okay.
didn't know that, though, that was before your time.
Okay.
But, it's got turned over to us a
So,
while
I
back.
don't know if somebody needs to go cut hay,
Yeah, they
clip it or
clip it.
whatever, but it's really grown up, and then you can't even look at it and say, hey, this is where we're gonna put something. Johnny can work on that.
County got a deed on it? What you say? County property?
Yeah, you emailed to me.
So, we cut the grass,
Yeah, John gotta finish more than that.
so it's gonna have to be,
That's gonna happen.
it's gonna be the road department, when you get it in. No big
Bid
rush.
in a minute.
I'm sure you got plenty of other stuff to do, right?
make a motion to close the termination. Second.
Motion by Mr. King, second by Mr. Middleton. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.